Did you know that in 2004, Japanese security guards found footage that made them seal an entire Tokyo subway station forever? This is the true story of what happened at Kisarazu Station and why maintenance workers refused to enter after midnight. Kisarazu Station opened in 1989 on the outskirts of Tokyo. It served a small residential area, handling about 2,000 passengers daily. By 2004, the neighborhood had declined, and the station became one of the quietest on the line. The last train departed at 12:30 a.m., leaving the station completely empty until 5 a.m. Yuki Tanaka was 34 years old, a station attendant who worked the overnight shift. His job was simple: secure the station after the last train, monitor security cameras, and prepare for the first morning train. He worked there for 3 years without incident. October 17, 2004, 8:47 p.m. Yuki began his shift as usual. The last train departed on schedule. He locked the entrance gates and settled into the security office. 6 monitors showed different angles of the empty platform. At 9:15 p.m., Yuki noticed something on camera 3. A woman in a white dress was standing on the platform near the yellow safety line. This was impossible. He'd watched the last passengers leave. He'd locked the gates. No one could have entered. Yuki checked the entrance camera. The gates were locked. He checked the footage backward. The woman didn't walk onto the platform. She was simply there, appearing between frames at exactly 9:14 p.m. and 47 seconds. He wrote in the security log, "Unidentified woman on platform. Gates confirmed locked. Investigating." Yuki walked to the platform. The woman was still there, standing perfectly still, facing the tracks. He called out, "Excuse me, the station is closed. How did you get in here?" The woman didn't respond, didn't move. Yuki walked closer. Her white dress looked old-fashioned, like something from the 1960s. Her long black hair hung straight down her back. He spoke louder, "Miss, I need to ask you to leave." She remained motionless. Yuki returned to the security office and called his supervisor. The supervisor told him, "If she won't respond, call the police. Don't touch her, just wait." For the next 6 hours, Yuki watched the monitors. The woman never moved, not even slightly. He timed it. 6 hours and 12 minutes of absolute stillness. No shifting weight, no adjusting posture. At 3:27 a.m., Yuki wrote in the log, "The woman in the white dress has been standing on the platform for 6 hours. She hasn't blinked once. I watched on the zoom camera. Her eyes are open, but she hasn't blinked." At 2:45 a.m., something changed. On the monitor, the woman's head tilted slightly to the left, just a few degrees. Yuki watched closely. 30 seconds later, her head tilted more, then more. She was slowly turning to face the security office. Even though she was 50 meters away on the platform, even though there was no way she could see him through the one-way mirror, Yuki felt certain she was looking directly at him. At 2:47 a.m., the woman turned completely around and started walking toward the security office. Her movement was wrong. She didn't walk like a person walks. She glided, her feet moving but not quite matching the speed of her body. Yuki grabbed his flashlight and radio. He had to check. It was his job. Security footage from camera 3 shows Yuki exiting the office and walking onto the platform. The woman had stopped halfway, waiting. Yuki approached slowly, holding his flashlight up. The footage shows Yuki getting within 3 meters. He raised the flashlight to see her face. The woman looked up at him. On the video, you can see Yuki's body language change instantly. He stumbles backward, drops the flashlight, and runs. He runs faster than any person should run, pure panic, back toward the security office. Later, investigators would zoom in on the footage frame by frame. They would see what Yuki saw. The woman's face was a perfect mirror image of Yuki's face. Every detail, every feature, his face on her body. At 2:51 a.m., the security office radio transmitted, "This isn't possible. That's my face. That's my face on her. How does she have my face?" At 2:53 a.m., "She's following me. She's at the door. She's smiling with my smile." At 2:54 a.m., "The door is locked, but she's opening it. She's opening it from the outside, but I can hear the lock turning from the inside, both sides at once." At 2:55 a.m., the radio went silent except for breathing. 2 sets of breathing in perfect synchronization. At 3:07 a.m., Tokyo Metro security arrived after Yuki failed to respond to calls. They found the security office empty. The door was locked from the inside. Yuki's flashlight was on the platform where he dropped it. His radio was on the desk, still transmitting. On the platform, they found Yuki's uniform folded neatly in a perfect square, his shoes placed beside it, his ID badge on top, but no Yuki. The security footage showed something impossible. At 2:56 a.m., 2 identical figures walked out of the security office, both wearing Yuki's uniform, both with Yuki's face. They walked to the platform edge, stood side by side, and stepped off onto the tracks. The camera facing the tunnel showed both figures walking into the darkness. They never came out the other end. The tunnel is only 400 meters long, with no side passages. Search teams found nothing. But they found something else. On the tunnel walls, handprints. Hundreds of handprints in white paint or chalk, leading deep into the tunnel. The prints were all the same size, all matched Yuki's hand exactly. At the end of the tunnel, they found a small maintenance door that hadn't been opened in 40 years. Behind it, a forgotten storage room. Inside the storage room, they found 27 sets of clothes folded neatly. 7 were recognizable as Tokyo Metro uniforms from different decades. The others were civilian clothes dating back to the 1960s. On the wall of the storage room, someone had written in Japanese, "We all saw our own face. We all followed ourselves. Now we're all waiting here together, wearing each other." Tokyo Metro sealed Kisarazu Station on October 20th, 2004. The official reason, structural concerns. But the security footage was classified, and all 12 employees who viewed it were transferred to different cities. The station remains sealed, but the security cameras inside still function, recording to a server that only 3 people have access to. Those 3 people report the same thing. Every night at 2:47 a.m., a figure appears on the platform. Sometimes it's a woman in a white dress. Sometimes it's Yuki in his uniform. Sometimes it's someone else entirely. And every night, the figure stands in the same spot, facing away from the camera. After exactly 1 hour, the figure turns around. The face is different every time. Sometimes it's the person watching the footage. One security analyst quit after seeing his own face staring back at him through the camera. In 2019, during routine maintenance, workers needed to enter the sealed station. 2 workers refused after seeing the footage. One worker, against protocol, entered alone. He radioed, "I can see someone on the platform. They're waving at me." His partner asked, "What do they look like?" The worker's response, "They look like me. They're wearing my clothes, the exact clothes I'm wearing right now. How is that possible?" The worker exited the station running. He quit the next day. He told investigators,
That wasn't a reflection. Reflections don't wave before you do. Tokyo Metro now requires a minimum of 4 workers for any kisarazu station entry, and no one is allowed on the platform level. The station will never reopen. And if you ever see someone who looks exactly like you, standing impossibly still, remember Yuki's last words. Don't look at their face, because once you see yourself looking back, you'll want to follow, and you won't be able to stop.